I finally got my first official Mafex figure, so let's unbox it and take a closer look at it, shall we? Hello and welcome back to the channel, and on today's video we're going to be taking a look at my first ever official Mafex figure, and it is Bane, specifically the Batman Knightfall version action figure. Now, before we take a look at the figure, I want to shout out Triple G Comics a big thank you, because I would not have this figure if it weren't for him. So his channel is up on screen right now, so go over to his channel and give him a subscribe, like his videos, all that jazz. And yeah, big thank you to him, because without him I would not have this figure right now in hand. Because I did a live a bit ago talking about the CT Toys Daredevil, and he jumped on stream and he said, what would your dream Mafex figure be? And I did mention the Bane figure, and out of my surprise, package turned up from Triple G with a couple comics, and he actually did send the figure over, which blew my mind. So yeah, big thank you to Triple G Comics. Once again, the links for his channel and stuff will be in the description. I cannot thank him enough. But yeah, taking a closer look at the packaging before we dive into the figure itself. Got a nicer window display showcasing the figure and the accessories there. A nice figure shot of Bane there, and then a couple of logos, Batman logo, Mafex, all that jazz. And then on the side, we've got a Batman logo again, as well as, is it the same? Nope, different image of Bane there. And then coming around to the back, we've got nice promo shots of the figure there in a couple different poses, as well as showcasing what you can do with Mafex Batman figure. Breaking his back there, holding him up. Yeah, looking pretty damn cool. And then on the other side we have another nice lovely shot of Bane there. And then on the top, Batman logo, as well as DC, of course. Legalese on the bottom. So that's the box taking a look at. And it is, as you can tell, a big, chunky box, because of how beefy the figure is. But that's the box taking a look at. So let's crack him open and take a closer look at the figure itself. And here he is out of the box in all of his glory. So let's run through the accessories he comes with before diving into the figure. Now, he does come with his own display stand here, which comes in a couple pieces. Not very hard to put together, to be honest. But yeah, we see these a lot with the knockoffs of the Mafex figures. So it's just a basic display stand, nothing too special on that side, but it's nice to get one at least. And then we have the certificate certifying genuine product, so it is a genuine Mafex figure, so that's good. And then we have the figure with the other accessories itself. So it does come with an extra head sculpt, or should I say face, because it is just these front face, because of the cables there, so it would be hard to take the whole head off because of the cables running from the back of his head down into his arm. So yeah, it's just a face swap. Wonder how easy it is to do actually. Let's see. Let's have a look, see how easy this is. Oh, the head's come off, but the face hasn't. Might need heating up a little bit for that. Might need heating up a little bit. Yeah, heat that face up a little bit, and then we'll swap it out to that one. But this head sculpt is a lot angrier. Yeah, I do like that one. Put it side by side, you can see the difference there. Angrier expression there. Very cool. I like that. And then we get a bunch of pairs of hands, including a pair of flat palm hands. I like the little clear sticks that they give us for the hands. It's a lot more easier to showcase them, and a better way to keep them. So yeah, flat pair of hands there, and then we have sort of these grabbing hands there. Pretty cool. And then we've got this pair of more sort of grabby hands. Very cool. And then we have a pair of pointing hands right there. And then we have a pair of relaxed open hands right there. Very nice detailing on all of these. Very nice. Paint job is lovely. But that's all what it comes with. A bunch of pairs of hands and then a separate head sculpt. So let's take a look at the figure itself, because oh my goodness. Now, watching reviews and other such on this guy is totally different compared to having him in hand. He is a lot more bigger than what you would expect. Because Mafex figures aren't genuinely that big. They're normally 1/12. So a little smaller than your legends and such. But this guy is massive. This guy's huge. I'll tell you that. He has got a little bit of heft to him as well, which gives it that nice, you know, that nice feeling. And yeah, taking a look at this head sculpt there. It's a very nice head sculpt, is that. Do like that. And then coming down to his chest there, you can see he's got his hairs. They've even, you know, applied his hairs there. Even on his back, you can see it runs all the way back. We've got a few black marks there and there, but it's on the back of the butterfly joint anyway, so it's not a huge deal, is that? It's not a huge deal. But yeah, very nice. He's got his belt there. The belt is actually a separate piece, so it's not molded on or stuck on to the torso, so it does move about. You get a little bit of wiggle range with it, not much. And then his arms, and you can see his pipes from the back. Look at that. Look at the attention to detail. They've even added the zip to his mask there, and you can see the pipe runs all the way down from the back of his head down to his arm there, and then further down to there. Yeah, very cool. Doesn't limit the articulation either. Still get that nice movement because of the cables as well, so no bother with that as well. And yeah, coming down to the legs, all black pants there with his nice shiny black boots. Yeah, this figure is definitely up there in my collection. 100% brilliant figure is this. Now, some people would complain about the shoulders there being a little bit on the ball side. Just looks like two balls, you know. But I don't mind it. I don't see a lot going on there, you know. People would say, yeah, it looks odd, but for me, I don't see it. I mean, I do see what they're on about, you know. It does look a little bit odd at the shoulders, all this and that, but for me, you know, I don't mind it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I love it. You can see they've even done, you know, his veins. You see his veins popping through there. Yeah, this guy's wicked. So taking a look at his articulation, because it is an official Mafex figure, this guy is a buttery smooth, I will say. So the head and neck are on separate joints there, so you get that nice rotation there. It does look up that far and then down that far. It looks more down than up just because of the cables stopping him from looking up, which is pretty decent, I'd say. It's pretty decent. And then arms go up all the way that far, and then you do get that nice butterfly joint there, so you can make him go in a bit. Doesn't do too much for this figure because he is, you know, he's a beefy, massive figure, so the butterfly joint doesn't do too much, but it is still nice that we have it for the movement. And then we get a nice bicep swivel, double joints in the elbows. Buttery smooth is that. You can definitely tell the difference now between the officials and the knockoffs. And then we've got the swivel in the wrists there. And then for the torso, we've got the upper cut there, so you can get that nice swivel to him there. You get that nice movement. And then he has got a lower one behind the belt, hidden behind the belt. That gives him that nice crunch. So it goes down that far, which is actually pretty impressive to say he's a massive beefy figure. And then goes back that far. And then coming down to the legs, legs are on a drop down pin like that, so you can lift them up if you want and then drop them down to get that nice range of movement there. So he goes up that far. Smooth double joint in the knees there, nice and smooth are those. And then do we get a boot cut? Nope, there's no boot cut at the top of the boot, but they do get movement in the foot there. You get nice rotation in that foot. It goes up that far as well, back not at all, so it goes up a little bit, but we do get a nice toe articulation as well. So yeah, articulation on this guy, to say he is a big beefy boy, it is pretty impressive, I will say. They've pretty much nailed it with this guy. Smooth joints, really smooth joints, because with the knockoffs you tend to have to heat them up and such, and then you, even with after heating them up, you are, you know, you're scared of moving them and such and breaking them. But with this guy, buttery smooth, like I said. Fantastic figure. So let's do some size comparisons with some other figures and see how he scales with them. And here he is stood next to the CT Toys 2.0 Spider-Man, as well as the Mess Toys Symbiote Spider-Man. Here he is stood next to the CT Toys Hush Batman. And here he is stood next to the McFarlane Batman Beyond. And there we go, that was my unboxing and review of the Mafex BANE figure. This guy is absolutely brilliant. I mean, he's got to be my favourite figure now, just behind the Mess Toys Symbiote Spider-Man. But as always, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on this figure. And as always, make sure to smash the like button, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.